First, what do you want to tackle first? You want to tackle?
I think we should.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we did a little section on what it means in English football to be Spursy, which is a real term that I did make up. We make up a lot of shit on this show.
Hmm.
We also present a lot of lesser known facts. So it's hard for the average person um, to kind of tell the difference between what when we're blowing smoke out of our assholes or when we're just dropping like forbidden knowledge on you and you didn't even know that it was a thing.
Right.
So I get it. I get where these lads were coming from, but we talked about what it means to be Spursy, which is basically when you blow an easy lead or when something should come to you easily and things are looking good and then you just fuck yourself. You
Yeah.
completely bottle it. That's another term for the whole process, bottling it. Bottle for some reason,
Yeah.
bottling it. So when you bottle something, that is sometimes known as Spursy because Tottenham Hotspurs are really good at it. They're really good at one way that people say it is clutching defeat from the jaws of victory, where it looks like they're up, they got a clear path to victory, and they blow it hard. They don't just like stop producing on their end. They allow the other team to like usually like surmount a deficit in the score and in goals, goal count, and beat them. It's not just like we're tied and in the 93rd minute they allow a goal in. Although that would maybe be Spursy too, I suppose, depending on how that happened. But anyway, we got called out in some comments on a short that we lifted out of that episode and put on YouTube, where we just kind of briefly talked about what it means to be Spursy and how it's a thing.
Yeah.
Neither Aaron nor I claimed to be EFL experts or multi-generational fans of the sport or a team or any of that shit. We just kind of mentioned because I'm a Spurs fan, and I've heard it. I'm aware of it. People on the team have talked about it. People on British sports television have talked about it. It's not a thing I made up, but we got called out, and let's go over this, you and me, Aaron. Let's go over
Okay.
for our
Okay.
viewer what was said. Now, also, I just want to couch this. I just want to set the context for this correctly. I've been a Spurs fan for like 6 years. I don't give that much of a shit. I don't have a huge horse in this race. Not a lot of skin in the game. I like football more than I like soccer, if you know what I'm saying. And I just like watching it. And it's fun when you're watching a sport to have a particular team that you maybe kind of want to root for more than
Hmm.
others.
Hmm.
The year I started watching, I really liked I really liked the lineup at Spurs. I like some of their players. I liked Harry Kane, the Hurricane. They had Pochettino. Poch was still their coach. He was this, and I'm not like tatted up, head to toes, White Hart Lane, Coys, fucking Grandpa died for the Spurs in World War II. What that? No, I
You're
just
not a
kind of like
hooligan.
it.
You're not a hooligan.
No, I'm just a casual enjoyer of the sport. I'm not an idiot. I'm not a genius. I'm a normal person who watches this thing on TV. You
Yes.
understand?
Yep.
I'm a brief idiot, but I'm not like a lowercase I idiot. Do you
Right.
understand? I'm a capital I idiot.
Hmm.
So we got a couple. Let's go over these comments. One is from at Zorios901. Americans don't have a clue what they are talking about. I'm sorry, I misread that. Americans don't
That's
have a
right. That's
clue
right.
what they are talking about. Zorios doesn't know about apostrophes. So
Apparently
he
not.
wrote, yeah, Americans don't have a clue what they're talking about. He's also never heard of periods. So that may be the end of the sentence. It may not be. We'll never know unless Zorios responds. Zorios 901. Um, we do. We know what we're talking about. Aaron, you got any thoughts on that one?
With that one, I know we know what we're talking about. That we wouldn't be talking if we didn't know what we were talking about. And there's one thing that I'm just going to say out loud. I think
Mm,
that this guy's
mm.
bitter, and maybe the other guys that we're about to get to are bitter because they know that the MLS, the Major League Soccer in the United States, is a far superior league to than the English Premier League.
Far superior.
Far superior.
Far superior.
I can get to this now, or I can get to this later. But these four
Let it rip.
guys, just these four guys,
Okay.
came to the MLS
Oh, I see.
in their prime.
Okay.
We got
Okay.
Messi in his prime, Zlatan in his prime,
Prime.
David Beckham in his prime,
Prime.
Wayne
Oh my God.
Rooney in his fucking prime.
Apex of his talent.
There's so many more. I don't need to get into it. Those
No.
four are like the four in their prime. They decided EPL. I don't want to do
Mm-mm.
anymore. I'm still in my prime, and I want to play for the best and the greatest soccer league
Soccer. Not the
in
EQL.
yeah
Soccer.
yeah in the fucking world, the
Yeah.
MLS. P.S. Soccer apparently originated from England. It was a
Hmm.
whole thing. It was like called something, then it was shortened to something, then it was called soccer, and then they went to football. So, like, what are you trying to say to us, guys?
Come on, guys.
Come on.
Just because you like the EDL doesn't mean everybody has to.
Right. Right.
Soccer. Also, I think Luis Suarez, is that a name that came up when when he came
Yes.
over?
Yep.
Because he's pretty goddamn good too. And he
Yeah.
came over at his absolute pinnacle,
Yeah. Oh,
pinnacle of his career.
Henri. Thierry Henry.
Oh, you mean Thierry Henry?
Yeah. Thierry Henry. That's what I
Thierry
should have
Henry
said for sure.
came to America to play real sport soccer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
not footy ball. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So the
Uh,
tangent over.
yeah,
Tangent over.
can get over for the moment.
Hmm.
We're going to move on to what is legitimate. What's got to be a legitimate account for this gentleman. Terry Spam 6575 wrote. Also, he's never heard of periods, so I don't understand.
Maybe it's their
Maybe
school system
maybe,
over across the pond.
maybe the education system across the pond doesn't teach how to end a sentence. But he wrote, "Nobody in England says this." So what I did was I went ahead and looked up on. I think what we can all agree is the way to search the internet, Google. Maybe I think they have that in Europe.
Yeah.
So
It's
here,
probably called Google. I don't know how to do
it's probably called
British.
Google Ball what?
Google
So meaning of
AI.
Spursy, the AI summary, which I get isn't like totally valid, but the AI summary of all the other results that we'll talk about says describes is a term primarily used in the context of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club (parentheses Spurs). It describes a situation where a team, especially Spurs, but not only Spurs, especially Spurs, but not strictly always has to be Spurs, appears to be on the verge of success, but then inexplicably loses or fails to achieve its potential, often in a frustrating or embarrassing manner. Okay, so, oh, what are you doing now? Go back. Go back. All right, so we've got Collins Dictionary has a meaning of Spursy. It's a new word proposal. Urban Dictionary, it's in there, which doesn't mean it's a legitimate word, but it means enough people have heard of it that they got together and said, let's put it in Urban Dictionary. Goal.com has Spursy. ESPN, the history of Spursy and how Ange just taught them can shed the tag. Shed the tag. So it's a tag. So it's a real
Hmm.
thing. According to ESPN, maybe you've heard of that over there. I don't know. Wiktionary has Spursy. Medium, a guy named Tom James wrote a whole article called "What is Spursy?" It means disappointment. Then
Oh
perhaps
man.
the '87 season was that. How could this team, so strong and skillful, compete? And goes on. Uh, I think you guys over there have a news network known as the BBC. Fuck. Uh, called in this article says it's not fun. Quote, what being Spursy means to Tottenham fan. It goes on and on. The content creator for Spurs XY and long-suffering Tottenham fan bristles at the term Spursy being used about her team, but admits it is an apt description. This is a lady who has a fucking show about the Spurs in Europe, in England, talking about how she hates that term because of what it means. Apparently, no one says it over there, though.
No, no,
Apparently,
no,
nobody,
no one, no one.
nobody in England says this. Terry
Mm-mm.
Spam 6575. You must be right. What do we know? Now, the other good one is from a boy. or from person, from they, Jacob Turner 8965. This one's really good. He goes, it should be illegal for Yanks to discuss football. I mean, I don't understand. If you wanted to make it illegal for Yanks to discuss football, the legal implications there are extraordinary because you would have to, first of all, any law created in England would have no effect in the US and vice versa. So you guys could pass that law. It wouldn't stop me from sitting here talking
Right.
about talking about
Right.
football.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or as it's really called, le
Soccer.
soccer.
Le soccer.
Le soccer. Um, and also like illegal to talk about it. What would that accomplish if I say, boy, I really that that derby last week was amazing. Off to jail.
Off to jail. Yeah.
Off to
You know what
jail.
that
Can't
sounds
talk
like to
about it.
me?
Can't talk about
Fascism.
it. That sounds like fascism. Yeah, it
Fascism.
does.
Yeah.
Fascism. I mean, you got so those are the three comments. We appreciate the feedback. Um,
We love the engagement because I mean, shit,
we
we got
do.
we
Oh my
got 20
God.
minutes of talking points.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But at the same time, uh, we do
Come
have a clue what
correct,
we're
son.
talking about. People in England do say it, and we're going to keep talking about it.
Yep. MLS. MLS.
MLS,
MLS.
MLS,
MLS.
down with the EML. But
Nice.
go on, you Spurs though, for real.
Yeah.
I'm always rooting for them, but
Mhm.
it's not. They're not sitting in a good spot on the table. I'm not going to finish very strong. I feel like Postecoglou's fate is hanging by a thread, but Levy seems to be behind him. The ownership seems to be behind him, unlike their last few managers, where like by now they would have been sacked. So fuck knows. Although we
Nice.
should wrap this up because I don't want to get arrested
Yeah.
by
Oh my God. Yeah.
Jacob Turner 8965. So
Yeah.
all right.
Cool.